just west of Chicago, in a community called Elmhurst. There's a place where you'll grow into a connected thinker and a passionate changemaker, with skills to excel and knowledge that lasts. Elmhurst University. Go far, do well.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Lacrosse Field on the campus of Elmhurst University for today's NCAA Men's Lacrosse Contest. Today's game features the visiting College of Wooster Fighting Scots facing off against your Elmhurst University Bluejays. Before we begin today's game, we ask that you please stand if you are willing and able and face the flag next to the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet today's starters. First for the visiting Fighting Scots, junior number 2, Austin Jordy. Senior number 9, Will Fink. Freshman number 14, Jack Ola. Senior number 17, Riley Schulze. Freshman number 22, Dominic Kuda. Junior number 25, Rowan Piani. Senior number 55, Bill Holzer. Junior number 66, Lance Kellogg. Junior number 99, Sutton Rocio. And in goal, a freshman number 28, Case Lowry. The head coach for the Fighting Scots is Eric Seidman. And now, the starting lineup for your Elmhurst University Bluejays. Junior number 10, Tony Vasquez. Junior number 11, Max Reinauer. Junior number 16, Cullen McManaman. Sophomore number 24, Gabe Henry. Senior number 26, Tommy Smythe. Sophomore number 29, Fisher Sun. Junior number 41, Matt Koschel. Sophomore number 43, Hunter Hernandez. And in goal is senior number 30, Noah Mickelson. The Blue Jays are led by assistant coaches David Castaneda and Ethan Stepanek. And the head coach of the Blue Jays in his 13th season is Mark Morrell.
Well, good afternoon and welcome into Langhorse Field. Just about ready for the opening face-off between the Elmhurst Bluejays and the College of Wooster Fighting Scots on a blustery day here in Elmhurst. And the opening face-off won back by Tony Vasquez. The Blue Jays will have possession first. Elmhurst coming in at 6-0, the first meeting between these two programs all time. Here is Eli Spence, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays, coming off last season when he was the CCIW Offensive Student Athlete of the Year. Spence looking for space and a save made as Case Lowry passes his first test in the cage, and the freshman goalkeeper comes up with a big save. Here come the Fighting Scots the other way. Rory Zarin, as this one will go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Fighting Scots as Rowan Piani, the junior, will restart things. Over to Jack Holub, the freshman, along the near side. Tosses back for Austin Jordy, the junior midfielder from the state of Colorado. He works it to Riley Schulze. If you're an Elmhurst fan, the College of Wooster, located in Wooster, Ohio. Small school, less than 2,000 students. And they are led by Eric Seidman, third-year head coach. 2 seasons ago, had the most wins in program history with 13. Here's an opportunity. Low shot and a save made by Noah Mickelson. So both goalkeepers with good saves in the early going. Mickelson has been perfect so far. Obviously, the Blue Jays 6-0, and he is making his 7th consecutive start. As in transition, DJ Molinoff lost possession, and the Fighting Scots come away with it. Dominic Kuda, the freshman, came up with the ground ball. And now a turnover, though, for the Fighting Scots in their own end. A little bit sloppy with the ball. And it will go to Elmhurst. Hunter Hernandez will restart things for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst comes in averaging nearly 15 goals per contest. Brendan Krause over for Pete Grebe came on. Now Sam Hoff with it, trying to dodge his way back towards the middle. For Krause, now back behind at the X. Here is Spence. Works in behind for Grebe. Looking for the wraparound. It goes wide, but it'll stay with the Blue Jays. Eli Spence will restart it. Already 43 points in 6 games for Eli Spence. 28 goals and 15 assists. Spence working at the X now. Looking for room to get a shot off. Finds some space. Bounces it home, and Elmhurst has the lead. No surprise, Eli Spence gets on the board first. His 29th goal of the season.
Goal scored by number 2, Eli Spence.
A low shot, bounced it up high to beat Case Lowry in a 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Less than 3 minutes in. And another face-off won by Tony Vasquez, at least initially. Battling for that ground ball. Who's going to come away with it? Looked like the Fighting Scots had it for a moment until Matt Koschel came away with it for the Blue Jays. Junior defender, so much experience. So here's Max Ridenauer. Gives ahead for Spence, and we'll see the Blue Jays attack offensively once again. Spence behind the cage on the far side, and a whistle. This will go against Elmhurst. So possession given back to Wooster. Fighting Scots come in at 3-2. Last year finished 11-7, 5-3 in the NCAC. And here's an opportunity for Kellogg. Lost possession, but a foul called. And Wooster will restart things with Kellogg, their leading scorer. The junior attack, 15 goals, 6 assists, 21 points for Kellogg. Last year was an honorable mention All-American. He's just 3 goals shy of 100 in his career. Here's a shot and a score. John Allen Ginder ties it up. 4th goal of the season for the sophomore from Jacksonville.
Goal scored by number 40, John Allen Ginder.
Ginder coming off the bench, and this was a rip to tie it up at 1. So 1 goal for each side. Just over 4 minutes into this one. Owen Bosland going to take the face-off against Vasquez. And a false start there by Wooster. Possession awarded to the Blue Jays. Here is Spence. In behind the cage once again. Tosses over for Kraus. Now Sam Hoff, the sophomore from Minnesota, with it. Along the near side. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, and a good pick set there by Spence. Hoff went down to the turf for a moment, trying to hang on to possession. Spence dug up the ground ball after Hoff lost it initially. Here's Grebe now at GLE. Here's Spence with a shot. He scores again. Eli Spence with his 2nd of the day, and Elmhurst back in front 2-1.
Goal, Blue Jays. Goal scored by number 2, Eli Spence.
That is number 30
Brendan
on the year for Eli Spence. And we are just in the 7th game of the year. In the first quarter, he's got the first 2 for the Blue Jays. And Vasquez battling for that face-off. Fighting Scots had it for a moment, but Rory Zarin lost possession. And it comes to Colin McManaman. Now across the field, shot goes off the iron. Good look by Fisher's son. Trying to dig it up near the sideline. It's loose, and possession awarded to the Fighting Scots. Last touch there by the Blue Jays. As Sutton Orsillo will restart things. Orsillo, the junior from New Hampshire, was recently named to the USILA Team of the Week. He had 6 ground balls, 5 caused turnovers against Albion. Austin Jordy, the 2nd leading scorer for the Fighting Scots, with the ball now. Works in behind. Now they go back for Jack Holub, the freshman, to Kellogg. Riley Scholze. Back in behind for Jordy again. Trying to work in towards the cage. Not much room. Jordy Trying to charge his way in, works it in behind. Now a shot and a score. Jack Holub, the freshman, ties it at 2. 6th goal this season for the freshman.
Goal, Wooster. Goal scored by number 14, Jack Cube. Assisted by number 25, Rowan Penny.
So 2-2 our score. Just about 7 minutes gone by. As Vasquez easily wins the faceoff there. And able to bring it into the offensive zone. Here's Spence, already with 2 goals today. Now Kraus. Some subs came on there for Elmhurst. Kraus along the alley, works it back outside to Grebe. Kraus steps beyond the goal line extended. Looking for some room, finds a nice pass. Shot attempt was blocked there as Fisher's son was unable to get his shot off. And here come the Fighting Scots the other way. Here's Lane Kellogg. And another shot block there, this time by the Blue Jays. And here they come in transition. Great opportunity with numbers and a score for Eli Spence. Already a hat trick, less than 8 minutes into the game.
Goal, Blue Jays.
Elmhurst back in front.
2, Eli Spence. Assisted by number 41, Matt Koshal.
Nicely done on the pass by Matt Koshal. Up ahead to Spence, and in transition with numbers like that, Spence is not going to miss often. Back to center for the faceoff. This has been an area so far where the Blue Jays have been in control. A battle for it. Pops up high, and Vasquez comes away with possession cleanly. Opportunity in transition for the Blue Jays as that shot attempt goes wide. Blue Jays will restart things. Here's Spence, far side of the field. Goes back to Kyle Taylor, the freshman midi. For Grebe. Goes back to the far side, puts on the brakes, rips his shot just wide. But it'll stay with the Blue Jays. Eli Spence had his stick in the area. Spence back in behind. Pass mishandled there. Back to Spence. Puts on a move, shoots down low, and the save made. Case Lowry trying to make sure he kept that one from going over the goal line. As Eli Spence was looking for his 4th of the day, but Lowry denied him that time. Now Will Fink, senior midfielder, brings in the offensive zone. Fink will wait for some of his teammates. Austin Jordy coming back on. Into the middle, behind the back, shot goes wide. Jack Holub had a good look there. Would have been a nifty goal, but it just went wide. So now here's Riley Schulze. Spinning his way back towards the middle. Go for Jordy. The right side, looking for space. Shot went wide. Rowan Piani in the area, though. So Wooster will keep it, 30 on the shot clock. Jack Holub on the left side, dodging his way in, and a low save made by Mickelson. Nicely done by the senior out of Mattawan, Michigan. Had 64 saves on the season coming into this one. Here's Kraus with some space. Over for Spence. He'll back it out. Blue Jays working behind now. Back over for Kraus. Hoff goes to the other side with Grebe. Hoff goes to Kraus. Back for Grebe again on the far side. They work it back to the X with Spence. With a pass and a score! Hunter Hernandez on the assist from Spence. And the Blue Jays have a 4-2 lead.
Go, Blue Jays!
10th goal of the season for Hunter Hernandez.
By number 43, Hunter Hernandez.
And the sophomore continuing to build off of what was a tremendous freshman season when Hernandez was the CCIW first-year player of the year. And 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Timeout called here. So far, Elmhurst ahead in terms of shots, 11-7. The face-offs has been a big area where the Blue Jays have had an advantage. 6 face-off wins. None for the Fighting Scots to this point. At the star of the show, no surprise, it's been Eli Spence. 3 goals and an assist. He's been involved in every Blue Jay goal. Came into this game second in the country in points per game with over 7. 4th in the country in goals per game, just under 5. And he's already got 3 goals and an assist, still with just over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. So far, both teams have been perfect on clearing attempts. The 2 goals for Wooster coming by Jack Holub and John Allen Ginder. So far, haven't seen Lane Kellogg or Austin Jordy get on the board. Those are 2 most prolific scorers for the Fighting Scots. And it's back to the face-off X. It will be Owen Boslin going up against Tony Vasquez. And Vasquez once again with a quick win on the faceoff. 7 wins on the faceoff for Elmhurst, none for Wooster, but then a turnover, an unforced one for the Blue Jays, and a potential transition opportunity for the Fighting Scots. But the Blue Jays do a nice job recovering a caused turnover back the other way. Gets it back for Elmhurst. Max Ridnour works it back. Now Grebe with it along the near side. Grebe will roll it over for Sam Hoff. Sophomore midfielder tosses right back for Grebe. Now Grebe looking for space in the middle. Dishes to Kraus. Back towards the middle for Hernandez. And Lowry does a nice job having an active stick there. Able to scoop it up and get it back for Wooster. Fighting Scots having some difficulty here in the midfield as Lane Kellogg finally able to bring it over the line, but he loses it. What a great stick there by Matt Kochal with the caused turnover. And the Blue Jays will bring it the other way. And it just seems like it's been a lot more difficult for Wooster to get sustained possession in this first quarter. Fisher-Sun backs it out. Goes to Joe Latore, freshman out of Oak Park, Illinois. Latore with a goal and an assist in the young season. Now Kyle Taylor, a fellow freshman, working in behind the cage. Taylor back towards the middle. Now Grebe will fire it just high. Good idea there by Pete Grebe. It'll stay with the Blue Jays. Hunter Hernandez to restart. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. And a 4-2 lead for the Blue Jays. Torrey. Back over Taylor. Down low. They score. Hunter Hernandez with his second of the day. 5-2 Blue Jays. Right on the doorstep.
Oh, Blue Jays.
Another one for Hunter Hernandez.
Goal scored by number 43, Hunter Hernandez.
And Mark Morrill has to like what he saw
40, Pete Grebe.
from some of the freshmen on that possession. Pete Grebe picked up the assist, but saw Joe Latore, Kyle Taylor, some good ball movement there from the Blue Jays. But Hernandez with his second and the assist to Grebe. And another face-off won by Vasquez. 8 for 8. Now Spence with a shot. Oh, what a save there by Lowry. Tried to go for the 5-hole, but Lowry was ready for it. As Ursillo brings it over midfield. Fighting Scots looking for a response. It's been 3 straight Elmhurst goals after Wooster tied this game at 2. Lane Kellogg, just over a minute left in the first quarter. It's been a quiet first for Kellogg, the leading scorer last year, an honorable mention All-American. Junior from the state of Colorado. Zarin works it over. Now Will Crane. Freshman circles back. Crane goes in behind. Now back out for Zarin. Zarin looking for some room. His shot just goes wide. It'll stay with Wooster. 32 seconds left in the quarter. Kellogg on the right side. Lane Kellogg looking for his first goal. Denied. Noah Mickelson making the stop. And a whistle here as Kellogg went down right near the cage. And the call was, I believe, interference. And Wooster, their head coach, Eric Seidman's trying to argue that Kellogg was pushed into the cage. But as of right now, it'll be Elmhurst possession. They take over with 14 seconds. We'll see if they can generate something in transition. Have to work it all the way down the field. Matt Koshaw will restart. On the far side with the deep hole. Long pass ahead. Perfectly fielded there. That's Hernandez, and he had it ripped away. Good defense there by Wooster with 3 seconds left in the quarter. And that'll do it for the first. 5-2 the score after 1. And it was the Eli Spence show again in that first quarter. 3 goals and an assist. Hunter Hernandez with a pair of goals. Those are the 5 for the Blue Jays. Jack Holub with 1 and John Allen Ginder with the other for Wooster. But this was a game that was tied at 2. In the early going of the game, it was a Blue Jay goal, a Wooster response, another Elmhurst goal, a Wooster response, but the Blue Jays closed out the first quarter on a 3-0 run. And if Wooster is going to have a chance in this game here on the road, Fighting Scots have to figure something out with the faceoffs. They have lost every single one, 8 faceoffs. Both teams have been perfect on clears. 5 turnovers for each side, 3 caused turnovers for the Blue Jays, 2 for Wooster. Matt Koshaw with a strong first quarter. 3 ground balls, picked up an assist as well. That was on the transition goal by Eli Spence. Also had a caused turnover in that opening quarter. So the Blue Jays looking to build on the momentum from the first. Wooster hoping to end this 3-0 run. Lacrosse is always a game of runs, but it's going to be difficult for the Fighting Scots if they can't win a face-up. Just hard to get the ball. So two teams will flip sides here. Rory Zarin will try to be the answer against Tony Vasquez. Thus far, Zarin and Boslin, they have not had success. It's only been Vasquez taking the face-offs for the Blue Jays. And once again, Vasquez digs it out cleanly and a nice little scoop pass ahead to Charlie Ferry. Now a shot. That one didn't get through from Gabe Henry. And here comes Wooster the other way. Dominic Kuda, the freshman. And a turnover there for the Fighting Scots as that one scooped up by the Blue Jays. That was Josh Brandt who came away with it, but then Mickelson nearly turned it over. He's rescued by Matt Koshal. No surprise to see Koshal come up with a huge ground ball. And the Blue Jays feel like they have numbers the other way. Here's Spence. Goes down to the turf. And it'll be Wooster possession. Luke Peter working through traffic. Junior midfielder from Avon, Connecticut. Goes ahead to Jordy. Quiet first quarter for Jordy and Kellogg. Two players that the Fighting Scots need to get going here. Will Crane, the freshman midfielder. Working the right side. Now he'll go in behind. It's a nice spin move by Fink, and he had his shot affected. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Wooster. It's a homecoming of sorts for Will Fink out of Western Springs, Illinois. Went to Lyons Township High School, just down the road from here. As Crane goes for Holub. Tightly defended, works it back over for Fink. Now Jordy on the right side. Shot clock under 15, nearly turned over, scooped up by Fink. Now under 10 on the shot clock. Jordy, underhanded shot goes wide. Piani, shot clock's down to 4. And Wooster's just going to take the turnover here. They'll give it back to Elmhurst, making the safe play there. They didn't want to give the Blue Jays a transition opportunity. Sean Cherry, freshman, brings it over midfield. And a violation there. We'll give it back to Wooster on the turnover. Here's Kellogg. Lane Kellogg charging ahead. Goes to Holub. Potentially looking for a second today. Had it poked away for a moment, trying to regain possession. He's being hounded by Nathan McGuire. Now Jordy. Dodging on the right side. Good stick by Henry. They're able to work it back to Ginder. Now Kellogg looking for room. A save by Mickelson. He denies Lane Kellogg. Clean save by the senior Noah Mickelson. But then the Blue Jays turn it right back over. Rowan Piani able to cause the turnover. Now Ginder goes back to Kellogg as the Fighting Scots will reset things. We have not seen a goal scored yet in this second quarter. But we've seen a little bit more possession from the Fighting Scots. They've been able to cause some turnovers. So here's Will Crane charging hard towards the cage. Shot attempt that went high. And they're going to say that he stepped into the crease, so it'll be Elmhurst ball. Turnover there for the Fighting Scots. Max Riddenauer up ahead for Kraus. Over midfield to Eli Spence. Now Grebe. Plenty of time to reset things here for the Blue Jays. Sam Hoff. Now Kraus back towards the middle, looking for some room, trying to get a shot off, had it deflected. And this will go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Jays. Grebe will restart things. Tightly defended there by Bill Holzer. Now Kraus. Back for Grebe. Across to Spence. Trying to dodge his way. Eli Spence looking for a pass. Now will go in towards the cage and he scores. Takes a bump. And a flag comes out late. The goal will count. It's 6-2 as Spence has his fourth goal of the day. 5 points for Eli Spence. And hopefully he's all right. Let's take another look at this. Well, this was going back in the first quarter. That was when Lane Kellogg went down. But a similar play. The difference was in this instance, Spence was able to finish. And a false start, Elmhurst ball. The Fighting Scots just cannot win a faceoff. So it's right back to the Blue Jays. And Elmhurst has been on a 4-0 run since this game was tied at 2. That was in the middle stages of the first quarter. Grebe working that left side. Goes back towards the middle. They were looking for Hernandez. It's turned over, and the Fighting Scots will bring it the other way. Harry Brinkman over midfield. Head there to Holub. Now here's Lane Kellogg. Flag came out. Noticing that might have been inadvertent as the official goes to pick it up. Might have been the wind blew it out. So here's an opportunity on the right side, and another save by Mickelson. On a chance by Beard Ruska. Now here's Kellogg. Looking for space, down low, denied. Mickelson with another clean save. And a call going against Wooster here. Or check that, against the Blue Jays, rather. So, it'll be an opportunity here for Wooster. Here's Bowden. Over for Schulze. Now Jordy. Back over to Fink. Down low. Kellogg scores. And finally, Lane Kellogg gets on the board. 6-3 as Wooster converts with the man up. After the
Goal, Wooster.
foul by Oscar Clark.
Goal scored by number 66, Lane Kellogg. Assisted by number 9, Will Fink.
Kellogg with his 16th goal of the year. Will Fink picks up the assist. 5th assist of the season for Fink. $8:16 to go, first half. And a 3-goal game. We'll see if the Fighting Scots now will go on a run. And a false start this time going against Vasquez. And Wooster will have possession here. Cooper Nichols will restart to Fink. Fink brings it down to GLE. Works back, goes to Jordy. He'll flip it back behind him for Riley Schulze. Right back to Jordy again. Tried to pass down low for Holub. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Elmhurst ball. Blue Jays take over, 6-3 lead. Been 1-1 so far in this second quarter after Elmhurst outscored Wooster 5-2 in the first. Matt Koshaw. And a little bit of an aggressive pass. It'll be a turnover right back to Wooster. Ursillo gets rid of it for Jordy. Here's Schulze. Finds some room. Oh, and another save by Mickelson. He has made some tremendous saves this afternoon. There's a good chance on an underhanded shot there by Holub. And a timeout taken with 6:59 to go here in the second quarter. 6-3 lead for Elmhurst. Shots are even now at 17 apiece. So the big difference so far has been Noah Mickelson. He's made 7 saves on 10 shots. Each team with 10 shots on goal. The turnovers have been a little bit of an issue for the Blue Jays because they're ahead in faceoffs 10-1, but Worcester's been able to generate some extra possessions via the turnover. Fighting Scots have 4 caused turnovers. But it has now been 3 minutes since the last Elmhurst goal. It was a 4-0 run for the Blue Jays after this game was tied at 2. So now the Blue Jays will restart things with a 6-3 advantage. Check that, it'll be Wooster possession still after the timeout. Jesse Fisher working in behind the cage. Trying to work it to the opposite side. Pass mishandled, and it's scooped up by the Blue Jays. Tommy Smythe able to get to it. Now we'll see what Elmhurst can do. Over 3 minutes since their last goal. Here's Kraus. Brendan Kraus along the left side. Goes back to Hoff. He'll jog it towards the middle of the field. Trying to find some room. Getting away from a defender. Back to Kraus. Now Spence shoots just wide. Blue Jays will restart from the end line. Here's Kraus for Grebe. Gets a screen there from Spence. Goes right back to him. Now Grebe again. Back in behind the cage. Hoff to Spence. Shot clock's down to 5. And the Blue Jays are just going to take the turnover. Shot clock violation. Give it back to Wooster. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. Here's Fink. Trying to spin his way, looking for a shot. Now he'll go to Jordy. Back to Jordy once again. Now Fisher tries a shot, but Mickelson denies him. 8th save of the day for Noah Mickelson. Here's an opportunity for the Blue Jays. So they're going to work it back further. Oscar Clark. And a timeout taken by Elmhurst. Mark Morrell calling the timeout. A 6-3 lead. Important possession here for the Blue Jays, trying to get that lead back up to 4 goals. 4:17 left in the first half. And it just seems like you have to give credit to Wooster, but some of that offensive flow that the Blue Jays had in the first quarter and beginning of this second quarter has gone away a little bit. Only 1 goal in this second quarter. It's a Blue Jays team that averages nearly 15 goals per game. So they're accustomed to a 3 or 4 goal quarter, just 1 so far in the second. But still over 4 minutes left in this second quarter. So the Blue Jays will restart. 4:17 to go in the second. 55 seconds on the shot clock. Kyle Taylor dishes off, shot, and a goal. Caden Ames. What a response out of the timeout.
Goal,
as
Blue
Ames
Jays.
has his first goal of the day, and it's 7-3.
Goal scored by number 77, Caden Ames.
Number 7 on the season for Ames. And a little bit more breathing room for the Blue Jays, but still so much time to go in this game. And the Fighting Scots come away with the face-off win. Did not see Vasquez there. It was Donovan Meters taking the face-off for the Blue Jays. Fighting Scots working behind for Fisher. Now Zarin. Right side of the alley. Goes back behind. Kellogg brings it back out from the X for Fink. Schulze spinning his way on the right side. Tried to work it down for Fisher, but it's turned over. And a good job by the Blue Jays to hang on to possession after coming away with that turnover. Ferry. Now it's Spence. Goal line extended, left side. Goes back for Hernandez, who has a couple of goals today. Hernandez works it back for Grebe, and now Brendan Krause. Down to Hoff along the near side. Able to find some room. Sam Hoff, shot went low, didn't get through traffic. Ground ball loose, and Case Lowry, freshman goalkeeper, comes away with it. Now Brinkman. Up ahead. Now Kellogg on the right side. Lane Kellogg with 1 goal so far today. Leading scorer for the Fighting Scots. Works back towards the sideline. Now Crane. Will Crane, the freshman from New Hampshire, goes in behind. They tried to pass it across, and it's deflected and taken by Tommy Smythe. He tried to stretch it ahead, and a turnover could create a transition opportunity, but the Fighting Scots give it right back, and you can see a little bit of frustration there for Wooster. Thought they had a transition opportunity. Instead, it's right back to the Blue Jays. And the shot clock is just about even with the game clock here in the second quarter. Now the Blue Jays give it right back. A big shot applied by Sam Hoff, and a flag comes out as Grant Rivera went down. Now Kellogg. Restarting things, Lane Kellogg. He goes down to the turf. Officials are going to blow it dead here. It'll be Wooster possession. Got the man-up opportunity, Sam Hoff, in the penalty area. We already saw Wooster strike with the man-up. Lane Kellogg had that goal. So another opportunity with the man advantage. About 35 seconds left in the half. Here's Fink to Kellogg. Loose ball. Who's going to come away with it? It is the Blue Jays. As they scoop it off the ground. Gabe Henry came away with it. About 15 seconds left in the half. And a long pass down the field. Grabbed there by Hernandez. Now he goes to Krause. Back to Hernandez, and that will do it for the first half. So Elmhurst with the 7-3 lead.
Halftime, Blue Jays 7, Worcester 3.
They outscored Worcester 5-2 in the first quarter, 2-1 in the second. Eli Spence with 4 goals and an assist in the first half. Hunter Hernandez with a pair, and it's a 4-goal lead for the Blue Jays, but plenty of time for Worcester to try to battle back in this one. 7-3 our score at the half. We're going to step aside for a break. We'll be back in a moment from Langhorst Field.
just west of Chicago, in a community called Elmhurst. There's a place where you'll grow into a connected thinker and a passionate changemaker. With skills to excel and knowledge that lasts. Elmhurst University. Go far. Do well.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
We know that going to college is a huge investment. You put your trust and time in Elmhurst University, and we do the same. You invest in us, and we invest in you.
Your story begins as we welcome you to Elmhurst University. From your first day of orientation, our focus is getting you acclimated to college life and making you a part of the Elmhurst community.
Definitely Elmhurst was the one that I fell in love with. Right when you stepped on campus, it was a nice environment. It just felt like home.
The goal of first year seminar is to make the transition from high school to college as smooth as possible. It's an instantaneous way to have a niche at Elmhurst.
A lot of times there's that doubt that I don't know if I can make it here. I don't know if I'm meant to be here. I feel it is our role as an institution to get those doubts out of their mind the second they are on this campus.
Once you've started classes, our responsibility is to support you both personally and academically.
Your faculty and your staff who are here and committed to your success are going to be walking with you on that journey, providing both the challenge and the support for you along that way.
I changed my major about 5 times, and so I really needed someone there to help me through it, help me pick out new classes, to help me make sure that I graduate on time.
So they support us academically, but they're also interested in our lives as a whole individual. For example, when I was applying for the Fulbright, they were more than willing and super supportive.
Along with supporting you, our job is to make sure you challenge yourself in order to make the most of your experience.
When the students, especially in computer science, go out into related fields, they're going to be confronted with adapting to new environments, new technologies, and we try to challenge them in the classroom to adapt, to learn how to learn.
I've had teachers go to me and say, I think you'd be interested in research, so they introduced me to some professors, and I've been doing research now for 3 semesters. It taught me a lot about myself, definitely, and about the way I adapt to different situations.
I think we all learn best when we're a little bit scared, a little bit on the edge. I really believe that the things that are beyond the typical, experiencing undergraduate research, studying abroad, having a quality internship, some of those things are going to be most memorable and meaningful and really impactful for them.
As your academic journey at Elmhurst comes to an end, our relationship reaches a crucial point as we launch you into the next phase of your life.
Elmhurst is a liberal arts college that aims at creating educated citizens, and that's not a process that just takes 4 years or 2 years. We're invested in these students. We give our kind of heart and soul to them while they're here, and so we care if they succeed once they leave.
When students go on to graduate and go on to live amazing lives and do things personally and professionally, their fingerprints are still all over this institution in a way that helped us to become a better sense of who we are and who we as an institution want to be in the world.
We don't at Elmhurst tell students what to think, but we try to teach them how to engage with their own values to become better citizens of this country, of this world.
And that makes me proud to be a part of the community of Elmhurst.
I'm confident in our graduates because I know we've prepared them both personally and professionally. We love to see them fly the nest and flourish.
Welcome back to Langhorse Field. Just about ready to get the second half underway. Elmhurst leads the College of Wooster 7-3, the first ever meeting between these two teams, and the Blue Jays had 5-2 advantage at the end of the first quarter. A more tightly played second quarter, but the Blue Jays still with a 4-goal lead. As we take a look at some of the highlights from that first half, it was no surprise to see Eli Spence get going early on this one, a bounce shot. He had a hat trick very quickly into this game. That was another goal by Eli Spence of his 4 that he scored. Tough challenge for Case Lowry, the freshman, to go against. This was a transition opportunity set up by Matt Koshal. Went to Spence again, and he's not going to miss with an opportunity like that. This was set up from in behind as Spence assisted Hunter Hernandez. Hernandez with a couple of goals in the first half. See the ball movement here for the Blue Jays as they went down low. That was another one for Hernandez. Had 2 in that first half of the 7 goals for the Blue Jays. And that was the goal that was scored by Caden Ames, the final goal of the first half for Elmhurst, as they have the 7-3 advantage. We're about ready to get the second half underway. Blue Jays looking to move to 7-0 on the season. Conference play will begin April 5th. After this game today, 2 more non-conference games. Both will be on the road at Albion in Michigan and then at Colorado College, March 28th. Blue Jays will be attacking the east goal. Wooster will be going for the west goal. So we're about ready to get the second half underway. Face-offs were dominated by Elmhurst in the first half, 10-2. And Vasquez comes away with another face-off win. Works it ahead to Josh Brandt. Now here's Spence. 5 points in the first half. Works it over to Kraus. Now Sam Hoff on the right side. Hoff works it in behind. Trying to wrap it back around. Goes to Kraus. Crossfield pass to Grebe. Now Spence. Spence with a nice move. Now a shot and a score. What a play. Eli Spence. His fifth goal of the day and maybe the prettiest.
Goal scored by number 2, Eli Spence.
I mean, the spin move he put on, just incredible. Got to go Chris Berman on that one, though. Whoop! I mean, no chance there for the defender, and Eli Spence with his fifth goal of the day. 6 points for Spence. And Vasquez again comes away with the faceoff. And he'll take it himself. The shot goes just wide. But Hernandez was there in the area, so the Blue Jays will keep it. It's been a nice start to this second half for Elmhurst as they've stretched the lead out to 5 goals and looking to add to it here. Grebe goes back to Spence at the X. Latore. Now Grebe with it again. The goal line extended, back for Spence. They whistle it around. Go for Hernandez. To Latore. Good ball movement here from the Blue Jays. Now some space. The shot just went wide. Good look, though, for Kyle Taylor. And Hernandez will restart things. 25 on the shot clock here for the Blue Jays. Hernandez finds room. That hits the side of the cage, but it's scooped up by Spence. Gets the shot clock back to 60, and a save by Lowry. Freshman on freshman crime there as Kyle Taylor robbed of a goal. And now Wooster will look to begin the comeback march down by 5 goals. But very quickly, the Blue Jays force a turnover. Here's Taylor. Looking for some room, now works it back out. They go down to Spence at the X. Now on the right side, here's Brendan Kraus. Going back towards the middle. Looking for room to get a shot off. Kraus goes to Spence. Back down for Hernandez at the X. Now it's Hernandez. Rather, that's Kraus. Go back for Hoff. Shot clock under 15. Towards the middle, an opening, but a save made by Lowry. Rebound opportunity, and they score.
Go Blue Jays!
There was an initial save made by Lowry.
Goal scored by number 2, Eli
But who else?
Spence.
Eli Spence there to clean it up. And he has his 6th goal of the day. Spence there, and he just scooped it home. Maybe the easiest goal that Eli Spence has scored today. Up to 7 points now, 6 goals and an assist, and it's a 9-3 lead for the Blue Jays. Vasquez wins the faceoff. Here's Hernandez working from the X to Hoff. Now Grebe dodges towards the middle. His shot just goes wide. Spence is there. His stick closest to the ball. The Blue Jays will keep it. Now Grebe with a rip, just high. Once again, though, the Blue Jays keep possession. Hoff, another rip by Grebe, and Lowry goes up high to make the save. So this feels like a moment where Wooster has to come away with a goal. Trailing by 6. There's still a lot of time left, but Fighting Scots have had trouble winning the faceoffs, just getting possession. So anytime they can get possession and get a stop of the Blue Jays, it feels like they need a goal here at this moment. Fink over for Jordy. Austin Jordy works it back for Kellogg to the opposite side for Fink. Puts on a nice move, but Mickelson is there. I believe it was Gabe Henry got his stick in there to affect that shot as well before it even got to Mickelson, as this one pops up high, and a turnover from the Blue Jays gives it right back to Wooster. Here's Schulze. Now they go to the right side with Fink. In behind for Holub. Holub looking for a pass. Hoff in the area. Maybe trying the wraparound, and Hoff denying that as well. Now Kellogg brings it down to the GLE. Back to the opposite side. Fink's rip goes just wide. He's going to stay with Wooster here. And there's a player down for the Blue Jays. So we'll see the training staff come out here with 8:20 left here in the third quarter. You're going to reset the shot clock to 60 seconds. Can't see who it is that's down over there. And thankfully, back up to their feet. Looks like it was Max Ridnour who went down. Or is that Matt Koshal? No, it is Ridnour. Max Ridnour who went down. Nope. Matt Koshal was the player who went down. It was Ridnour. Okay. Little tough to see sometimes with the light blue. Ridnour and Koshal. Ridnour number 11, Koshal number 41. As the Fighting Scots will restart. Holub goes wide with the shot. Wooster will restart things. Fighting Scots do not have a goal in the second half thus far. Nearly halfway through the third quarter. John Allen Ginder. Pass attempt mishandled. Loose ball. And the Blue Jays trying to scoop it up. Oh, big collision there. As Colin McManaman went down, colliding there with Holub. Big time shot along the sideline. We'll get another look at this. Oh my goodness. Nothing wrong with Holub there. Really, I mean, He is going to be whistled here, so Holub's going to go into the penalty area. It's a cross check, 1 minute with the man up for Elmhurst. So 1 minute with the man up for Elmhurst. And Eli Spence will restart things just past midfield. Here's Ames. Now Grebe. Work it back around for Spence. Around the arc they go. Now Ames further down low. Right back to Ames for Spence. Tried to work it down further, and a turnover is going to give it back to Wooster. The last goal for the Fighting Scots came with 8:22 left in the second quarter. That was when Lane Kellogg scored with the man up. Blue Jays still have the man up right here until about the 6:39 mark. But the Fighting Scots with possession right now, taking some time off of this penalty. Here's Fink. Spinning his way on the right side. Looking for room. Goes back over for Fisher. Fisher in around behind the cage. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Schulze. Now Jordy trying to come down the alley, goes wide. Big hit there at the end of that play. I believe it was Josh Brandt on Jordy. And let's take another look at this. Oh, yeah, just came down hard at the end of that play. Thankfully, Jordy back up to his feet quickly. Will Crane will come back on. Jordy's going to head to the sideline after he went down hard to the turf. Fink weaving his way towards the middle. Works it down to the side. Schulze's shot goes high and wide. And a shot clock violation gives it back to the Blue Jays. We've talked a lot about the offensive firepower of this Elmhurst team, but in the early part of the season, what a job they've done defensively as well, holding opponents to 8 goals per game. Have not allowed Wooster to score a goal in this third quarter. Down low shot blocked, loose, out in front of the crease. And scooped up by the Fighting Scots initially, but then a caused turnover gives it back to the Blue Jays. Eli Spence scooping it right back up. Here's Hoff. Now Grebe. Just below the goal line. Works it back for Spence. Over to Grebe again. Grebe looking for room. His shot hits the side of the cage. And Lowry might have gotten a piece of it as the Fighting Scots will move the other way. Fisher through traffic. Able to get by Ridenour there. Now Kellogg, his shot goes off the post. Tough break there for Lane Kellogg is now Jordy. Circles back outside. Goes for Kellogg again, and a save by Mickelson. Rebound opportunity. Fisher will go back for Schulze. Over to Kellogg again. Fighting Scots desperately need a goal. Jordy, no! Mickelson denies him, and a transition opportunity for the Blue Jays. Brennan Krause ahead. Dispense right back to Krause. He shoots and scores. What a sequence. The save, transition offense, and Brendan Krause makes it 10-3 Blue Jays. 10th goal of the year for the senior midfielder.
Brendan Krause.
Here's the save. Mickelson with a great pass ahead to Krause. Brings it all the way down the field. Gets the ball back here and scores the goal. 10th of the day for the Blue Jays and a 7-goal lead for Elmhurst. And Vasquez wins the faceoff. 10 saves in this game for Noah Mickelson. But here's a turnover. That'll give it back to the Fighting Scots. Silas Richard restarting things. Senior LSM out of the state of Maine. You know, there's a lot of diversity in terms of the geography on the roster for Elmhurst. I mean, Eli Spence from the state of Washington. Got a lot of players from California, Ohio, Utah, but Wooster as well, coast to coast. Eric Seidman bringing players into this program. Good chunk from Colorado. Washington is well represented on this roster. Maine, so really from sea to shining sea on both rosters. So here's Kellogg. He scores. Lane Kellogg with his second goal of the day, a much-needed one for the Fighting
Wooster.
Scots. 10-4.
By number 66, Lane Kellogg.
That's now 17 goals on the year for Kellogg. And we'll see if that brings a little momentum back to the Fighting Scots. They went over a full quarter without a goal. The last goal, also scored by Lane Kellogg, was with 8:22 left in the second quarter. As the faceoff is popped up into the stick of John Allen Ginder. Trying to get it over to Kellogg there, and a turnover for Wooster. Give it right back to Elmhurst. Long pass ahead, and Lowry, the goalkeeper, came way out of the cage to try to come after it. Could be an opportunity for the Blue Jays. But a nice recovery there as Dominic Kuda was able to get it back for Wooster. Could have been a really dangerous situation with Lowry way out of the crease. Here's Fink now, just past midfield. Over to Austin Jordy. Jordy back to Kellogg. Shot and a save by Mickelson down low. 11th save of the day for Noah Mickelson. Ferry brings it up the field for Latore. Now over for Spence. His shot went wide. It'll stay with Elmhurst. A minute left here in the third quarter. Here's Ames. And an errant pass there looking for Latore. It'll go right back to Wooster. Missed opportunity there for the Blue Jays as Wooster was a little bit late getting some subs on there. Here's Crane. 35 seconds left in this third quarter. Over for Schulze now. Schulze looking for some room. Works right in behind the cage, now trying to wrap it around, but he's denied by Mickelson. 12th save for Noah Mickelson. As the final seconds wind down here in the third quarter. Loose near midfield, the Blue Jays come away with it. Here's Spence with a shot, side of the net. And that'll do it for the third quarter. I think some of the Blue Jays fans thought that went in, but just off the side of the cage. And that'll do it for the third. Elmhurst with a 10-4 lead as they outscored Wooster 3-1 in that third quarter. And they have limited the Fighting Scots to 1 goal in both the second and third quarter. Noah Mickelson has made 12 saves. The shots on goal, there hasn't been that much of a disparity in comparison to what the score is. Elmhurst has 20 shots on goal. Wooster has 16. But the difference, Noah Mickelson, 12 saves. 750 save percentage in this game. Coming in on the year, he was at 571. And what a job Eli Spence has done in this game. 6 goals and an assist. 7 points for Eli Spence. Still with a full quarter to go here. And Spence is coming off a 7-point game against Aurora, which was also 6 goals, 1 assist. His season high in points is 9. Came in the season opener against Center. That was a 17-12 win. Last year, Spence had a 10-point game against Concordia, Wisconsin. The two teams will flip sides. So Elmhurst will now be attacking the west goal. Wooster going after the east goal. As Vasquez looked like he had the face-off for a moment. It's flipped near the sideline, and the Blue Jays, do they have it? No, out of bounds. Well, it is ruled Elmhurst possession. A little bit of confusion there on both sides. No, yeah, it was just the official signaled the wrong way, so it is Wooster ball. Fighting Scots down by 6. Need to get a couple of goals in the first 5 minutes or so of this fourth quarter, try to get some momentum if they're going to make a comeback in this game. Working down towards the cage, and they score. Rennick Wiltshire makes it 10-5, and one of the players that could be on the all-name team, Rennick Wiltshire,
Number 24, Rennick
scores
Wiltshire.
the 5th goal of the day for Wooster. Wiltshire out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So the Elmhurst colors probably look pretty familiar to him. Very similar to that Carolina blue. And he pulls Wooster within 5. But Vasquez wins the faceoff. McManaman works in behind to X. Now Spence at GLE on the near side. Takes it back out towards the Elmhurst sideline. Now Kraus Had a goal in that third quarter. It was for Sam Hoff. Hoff with 6 goals on the season. None today. Goes for Kraus. Now Spence in behind. Puts on the brakes. Down low. What a pass. And a score for the Blue Jays. Fisher's son off of the assist from Eli Spence.
Goal, Blue Jays.
Or wait a minute, that might have been.
Goal scored by number 29, Fisher's son.
Thought it was son.
Number 2, Eli Spence.
Might not have been. Let's see. Was it 23 or 29? Looks like 29. Yeah, Fisher's son with the goal. Just a little tough to tell there, that angle. And it's 11-5 Elmhurst as Vasquez quickly wins the faceoff, loses possession. Loose on the carpet. Oh! Spence comes away with it and scores! What a goal!
Goal!
7th of the day. He's got 9 points today. 7 goals, 2 assists. An incredible performance by one of the best players in the country. Just a quick little flick of the wrist. And just like that, it's 12-5. As the Blue Jays strike in 13 seconds. 2 goals in 13 seconds. Has it back up to a 7-goal advantage. Here come the Fighting Scots the other way. John Allen Ginder now to Kellogg. Pass just missed Bowden. Back outside, shot and a score. John Allen Ginder with his 2nd of the day.
Goal,
as that
Wooster.
one bounces off the crossbar over the goal line.
Allen
Nicholson
Ginder.
maybe got a piece of it initially down low, but it goes off the crossbar and over the line for a goal. And offense is starting to open up a little bit on both sides in this fourth quarter. 2 goals apiece for each side so far in the fourth. Battle for the face-off. It's loose. And Kuda comes away with it for the Fighting Scots, and he scores going down to the turf. What a goal by Kuda.
Goal, Wooster.
Off of the face-off win, and Wooster within 5.
Kuda.
.12:30 to go, a 5-goal lead for Elmhurst. But the Fighting Scots, the goals coming in quick succession on both sides. Vasquez wins the faceoff. Now Josh Brandt up ahead for Spence. Eli Spence potentially can get a 10-point game with the next goal or assist. Last year did that against Concordia, Wisconsin. Hoff to Kraus. Puts on the brakes, goes down low, and they score. Backhanded goal, and it's 13-7. As Hunter Hernandez
Blue Jays.
scores his third of the day.
43, Hunter Hernandez. Assisted by number 23, Brendan Kraus.
That's a hat trick for Hernandez, and a 6-goal advantage for the Blue Jays. And Vasquez able to scoop up another face-off win back for McManaman. With the Blue Jays ahead by 6. Fisher's son on the far side. Rolls it over there for Grebe. Now Taylor, the freshman, back for Grebe. Puts on a spin move. Now Taylor back in behind. Grebe thought about it, decided against the shot. Work it back around for Spence. Now Hernandez. Works it back over to Spence. Now Spence over across for Hoff, and a high save by Lowry. Nice save by Case Lowry. And it remains 13-7. Shots are 39-31 in favor of Elmhurst. Shots on goal 23-19. Also in favor of the Blue Jays. Under 10 minutes to play. Blue Jays looking to go to 7-0. Wooster trying to make a comeback in the first ever meeting between these two programs. Here's Kellogg. Trying to get by his man. Goes to Jordy. His shot attempt is well wide. And boy, Austin Jordy's a little slow going back to the sidelines. Saw he went down to the turf pretty hard earlier, and I think he's still a little bothered. Hate to see that for Austin Jordy, the junior. He's had a really strong season thus far. Here's Fink. Over for Kellogg. Trying to dodge his way down low, just 5 on the shot clock. Fink over for Bowden, and the save made. Shot clock resets, and a flag is called. And just as Wooster touches it, we're going to get this call here. It'll be Elmhurst with the man advantage. Cross check, it'll be 1 minute with the man advantage for Elmhurst. Here with 8:58 to play. Caden Ames will restart. Here's Spence. They work it in behind. Now Hernandez, save. And a nice stop there by Lowry. With 8.5 minutes to play. Now Kellogg facing a double team, able to get around it. Fighting Scots being patient here, but trailing by 6 goals. Has to be a little bit of a sense of urgency here for Wooster. Wiltshire has already got 1 goal today. Defended tightly there by McManaman. Work it over to the opposite side. Now back at the X. Piani couldn't handle the pass. Shot clock under 15. In towards the cage. Out and whiffed on a pass attempt. And they reset the shot clock. Just over 7 minutes to go. In towards the cage. Mickelson with the save. Good opportunity there for John Lloyd. Long pass ahead by Koshal. Spence handled it initially. And player offsides here for Wooster. That'll give Elmhurst possession. .30 seconds with the man up here for the Blue Jays. As Pete Grebe will reset things. Elmhurst 0 for 2 with the extra man so far today. Here's Spence for Grebe. Back to Spence again. Now Ames back to Spence. A save by Lowry. And Blue Jays trying to keep it. They're able to do so. I think Wooster thought Ridenour went over the midfield stripe there. As Grebe spins his way back towards the middle. Now Ames looking for space, but a save by Lowry. And a collision there. Loose, and a flag was thrown. Looks like this will go against the Blue Jays. Take another look at it. It's a push going against Hunter Hernandez. So 30 seconds with the man up here for Wooster. They are 1 for 2 with the extra man. As Will Fink will restart things. Jordy over for Fink. Had his shot blocked. Into the hands of Scholze. Back for Jordy. Scholze looking for room. Tried to go across, but it's scooped up the other way. Pass just misses Kraus. Blue Jays had it. But a timeout called by Elmhurst with 5:09 to play and a 13-7 lead. So a 6-goal lead for the Blue Jays with about 5 minutes to play. Eli Spence has 9 points in this game, 7 goals and 2 assists. Hunter Hernandez with a hat trick with 3 goals. And Noah Mickelson with 14 saves in this game. Tony Vasquez has been tremendous winning faceoffs. Elmhurst has 19 faceoff wins compared to 5 for Wooster. The vast majority of those have come from Vasquez, who scooped up 13 ground balls in the process. Gabe Henry with a ground ball, couple of caused turnovers. Tommy Smythe with 2 caused turnovers. Fisher's son, Caden Ames, Brendan Krause, each with a goal. On the other side for Wooster, Lane Kellogg with 2 goals, leading the way for the Fighting Scots. But they haven't been able to get a ton going offensively. Here is Spence. Trying to find some room. Dodges, fires, and scores! His 8th goal of the day, and it's a 10-point performance for Eli Spence.
Goal scored by number 2, Eli Spence.
That matches a career high with 10 points set last season against Concordia, Wisconsin. And it is a season high here in 2025. The 8 goals are a career high. So 8 goals for Eli Spence, a career day for one of the best players in the country, as Wooster will quickly bring it the other way. Here's Kellogg. Now Crane with it. 7-goal lead for the Blue Jays. So they're well on their way to a 7-0 record. Here's Fink on the right side towards the cage. Didn't get much on that shot. It'll stay with Wooster. Crane over to Fink. Spins, shoots, and Mickelson able to make the stop. Another save for Noah Mickelson. Blue Jays just trying to get it out of their own end. Good pressure there, and Kellogg scoops up the ground ball. Here's Schulze. Just about 3 minutes left. See if the Fighting Scots have a comeback left in them. Shot down low, and Schulze scores off the assist from Kellogg. And 14-8. Our score with just under 3 minutes to play.
Goal, Wooster. Goal scored by number 17, Riley Schulz. Assisted by number 66, Lane Kellogg.
So the Blue Jays well on their way to a victory. First game of our doubleheader today. We've got a women's lacrosse game coming up at about 3:30. As the women's lacrosse team here at Elmhurst will welcome the Milwaukee School of Engineering. That one will also be streamed here on YouTube. Here's Lane Kellogg. And he takes a shot, loses possession. Blue Jays will bring it the other way. Here's Spence. Less than 2.5 minutes to play. And the Blue Jays will certainly take their time with the 6-goal lead, just trying to run some time off the clock. Serving another victory as Grebe lost it for a moment. Able to scoop it back up, goes to Spence. It's been a career day for Eli Spence, 10 points. Most in his career, 8 goals, a career high as well for Spence. And a flag here as he got hooked around the neck. Blue Jays will play on. Shot clock under 10. Grebe over to Hoff. That shot just goes wide there from Kyle Taylor. 2 on the shot clock and a holding call to come here. It'll be 30 seconds with the man up as Sutton Ursillo picked up the holding call. Shot clock resets to 60 with 1:22 left in the game. So the Blue Jays have it, 1:22 left. And they will run some time off this clock. Eli Spence waiting. Shot clock is at 20 now. And the Blue Jays may just turn this one over. And they will. Just give it right back to Wooster. With 22 seconds left in the game. Fighting Scots bring it the other way. One last opportunity here for Wooster. Down to 5 seconds left, and that, well, the clock will stop one more time, but the Blue Jays will get it in, and that'll do it for this one. Elmhurst wins it 14-8 over Wooster in the first ever meeting between these programs. And the Blue Jays improve to 7-0 on a career day from Eli Spence. He scores a career high 8 goals, has a career high 10 points. He now has 36 goals to go with 17 assists. And now 53 points in 7 games as the Blue Jays stay perfect in 2025. A 7-0 record with the 14-8 win. And what a performance as well by Noah Mickelson, the goalkeeper for the Blue Jays. 15 saves in this one, a .652 save percentage. Hunter Hernandez also with the hat trick in this one, and Tony Vasquez outstanding at the faceoff X, picking up 13 ground balls as Elmhurst wins 19 faceoffs compared to 7 for Wooster. So that'll do it for this one, a 14-8 win for the Blue Jays over the College of Wooster. Coming up, we will have the second game of our doubleheader as the women's lacrosse team here at Elmhurst welcomes the Milwaukee School of Engineering. That's coming up right after this. Thanks for tuning in right here from Langhorse Field. We'll be back in a moment with Game 2 of our doubleheader.